A lot of people are talking about tonight. A barber from Detroit decides to run for mayor.
His name is Mike Dugeon. His decision to be a write-in candidate created a lot of controversy because his name is so similar to another high-profile write-in candidate, Mike Dugeon.
A lot of confusion surrounding this one, of course. So tonight, we went and got you some answers. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has been finding out who is really behind all of this.
You think somebody was using you as a pawn to kind of split the vote then, or what? Or confuse voters?
Definitely.
You had never considered running for mayor before yesterday?
No, not even class president, let alone mayor.
Michael Dugeon told us that after a TV reporter gave him the idea to register as a write-in candidate for Detroit mayor, he decided he'd give it serious consideration. What's been the response from Detroiters?
Oh, they love it. Everybody that I see and come across, they love it. I mean, they into it a little bit more than I am, to be honest. I mean, you would have swore I hit the lottery or something.
Mike Dugeon, who many already consider a front-runner in the race for mayor, firmly believes Benny Napoleon's camp masterminded some sort of plot to get Mike Dugeon to register as a write-in candidate to confuse voters, pointing to this Elect Mike Dugeon page as suspicious. It was created on Facebook yesterday morning, and barber Mike Dugeon says he didn't do it. And you started the Facebook page also?
No, I didn't.
Mike Dugeon, the barber, thought it was this man, Ken Whitaker, who started the page, but when we caught up to him and asked him about it, Whitaker denied it.
I'm not representing anybody.
You went to meet him this morning?
Huh?
You went to meet Mr. Dugeon this morning?
No, I saw him this morning, but I'm not representing anybody.
You thought he was the one who started the Facebook page, right?
I thought that, yes.
And what made you think that?
Because he wanted to be the social network campaign manager, so I figured he was doing his job.
Whitaker recently took to Facebook to get the word out about a Napoleon volunteer appreciation and recruitment rally. He's got one of his lawn signs, but says he's neutral. Maybe that's why he was pushing barber Mike Dugeon for mayor on Twitter.
I don't support anybody for mayor.
You have a sign in your front lawn.
My wife lives here too.
Okay, so your wife only supports Benny Napoleon, you do not?
My wife supports Benny Napoleon. I don't support anybody. I'm undecided.
Okay, but you do think enough of Mr. Dugeon to give him campaign advice?
I didn't give him campaign advice. I gave him man advice.
You might have expected from Tom Barrow, but it's very disappointing to see it coming out of the Napoleon campaign.
I've never seen Ken Whitaker at a Napoleon for mayor event. I've seen Sinead Whitaker at a Napoleon for mayor event, and I've always been told that Ken Whitaker is neutral.
Ken Whitaker may have been neutral, but when we caught up to him today, he says that he is not representing anybody, but he's telling barber Mike Dugeon that he wants to be his social networking campaign manager. Barber Mike Dugeon says by tomorrow he'll decide if he's actually going to hang up his clippers and give this race for mayor a real run for it. We will certainly keep you updated on this very complicated development. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News. Back to you.
It is so complicated, Kim. It's hard to keep track of what this one says and what that one says. So with all of your sources, and I know you have a lot of sources in Detroit, are you getting word as to who really is behind Mike Dugeon getting in this race possibly?
Well, you know, it really depends on who you talk to. As you heard Mike Dugeon say, he believes it's Benny Napoleon's camp. They flatly deny it. But the gentleman who's caught in the middle of it, barber Mike Dugeon, says he doesn't know who it is. But he actually does tell us that he thinks it was meticulously crafted. And he says that he believes it was crafted and somebody knew about it before he even got a knock on his door yesterday. He says he just doesn't know who was behind it, but he certainly is going to consider it now that he has a voice. Back to you.
All right, Kim. Well, Mike Dugeon has certainly placed the blame on Benny Napoleon, and we're going to pose that question to him tonight on Action News at 7.